What the heck? What is going on? Are you kidding me? What is going on here? It looks like somebody had to stump their avocado trees. And what that means is the trees got too tall and they decided the picking costs were too high. So they cut them down to stumps. And then they re-sprout and become super vigorous again. But unbelievably though, they did, I don't know why they didn't harvest the fruit before they did it, but they didn't. So I've never seen a bounty of food. I'm down here at a friend of mine's place who has a big avocado orchard. I didn't ask him what the deal was, but they, I guess nobody was hungry. I don't know. But I'm gonna get as many of these as I can, but I am guessing there might be 2,000 avocados buried underneath all of this debris. And when you do stump your trees, you want to just cut up the debris and let it lay on the ground, just like a forest decompositional action would happen. And of course, paint your trees white, but this shows you can cut the trees down to any size. I'll try to do a follow-up of these trees as they sprout out. It doesn't take very long. Right now it's April 29th, and these are lamb Haas fruit. They're a little bit more sort of squished. They're not as long as a Haas tree. So anyway, and it makes really good firewood too. So always remember that. I'm gonna collect as much of this as I can. Look at what the chainsaw did. That's interesting. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasando? Look, this is what you want to do if you stump your avocado trees. So, primero, you corta, entonces you put the negra aquí, and then you pintar todo blanca. That's, okay, I get it. Okay, so this is the deal. We're watching the process here, and what happened is that these are lamb Haas trees, and these guys, they use these trees for propagation purposes, and they really desperately needed more cuttings, budwood, and these trees were getting too tall for the budwood. So if you cut these trees down, there'll be thousands of little sprouts, and they really make most of their money, like, I guess, propagating these trees and not growing the fruit. And so they decided they didn't have enough time to pick they needed the budwood right now, and the fruit's not really ready for market for another month or two. So they just had to make the heart-wrenching decision to cut the trees down now and, prioritize the budwood. So we all, including you, me, and everyone else, can have new trees of this variety, lamb Haas, which is probably the most popular variety right now. And otherwise, we won't have any trees. We'll have $2,000 of fruit, but nobody will have trees, and we'll all starve. It's all about starvation, trying to stop starvation. And you can see here what's interesting is, in these groves, there's always fruit that fall to the ground and that sprout. This is just a seedling in the ground right here. And this is how a lot of the new varieties are created. People let them grow a little bit. They forget to cut them down. Most of them get cut down. Then they realize that they have something special. And the next thing you know, they get a new variety that way. And that's pretty much the deal. And here, I'll leave you with some land. This is a surreal look with these white painted trunks. They used to be these dark green, beautiful plants. And here they are. Los niños. Los babies. The children and the babies. The avocado babies. And this is El Padre. It's my amigo Marcos. And Marcos is responsible for making babies. For making babies. Yes, he is. Marcos doesn't speak English, so it's hard to interview him. But that is the legendary Marcos right there. Todos los babies, aguacates, en mi verderia, venga el Padre Marcos, right there. So I'm gonna explain. All the babies come from Marcos. So these are Haas right here. So I wanted to follow up after we saw the trees that were cut down. Basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to make a bunch of budwood. And that's this little pieces of wood that are really vigorous that they desperately need to keep the, to make all these varieties, right? And the ones we saw was lamb Haas. And what they're looking for are really vigorous shoots, and you get really vigorous shoots on trees that you cut like that. And so that's why they're doing it. Now what's interesting here, these are Haas trees, but look at this right here. You see that? That's actually a flower right there. This little guy could theoretically make an avocado, and often they do. And that's because you have budded on top of a Zutano seedling, a mature, sexually mature, I like to say, avocado of some sort. You can see the graft point right there, and that's the graft point. So anyway, this is obviously the second step. We weren't in the greenhouse where these were made, but then these will get planted up into these sleeves, and hundreds of thousands of avocados will be made this way. And then after that, they will move over and to larger containers and get a little bit bigger. And then ultimately, I will buy them and bring them to you, and they will feed you and make you fat. And that's pretty much how it works. That's it. That's all you need to know right there. Whoosh. Thank Marcos for that. That there is Oliver, and this is his buddy Manuel. And we are planting the avocados in the containers. We're cutting off a little bit of the roots, dropping them in the hole. Now let's check out the hole, Oliver. Show me how you make a hole.
All right.
That makes a pretty good hole, huh?
Yep.
So that's the job.
Tubular, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, so here we go. We pick up this custom hole maker, and
Put it to the top of this right here.
oh, I see. You have a marker,
Yeah.
and then you just pour it, and then it fills the tube up full of the soil,
It starts a little bit harder now.
and then oh, they hit it right there.
Yeah.
I see that. That's interesting. Looks like you've had quite a bit of experience right here with this piece of
Oh
wood.
yeah, this piece is
And then we pack the soil in, and then we
Then after he packs that, we'll come and put more dirt over it,
a little more dirt.
and then we'll water it, and then it's done.
Okay, good job.
And then later, either Wise or Clay will come and put sticks in, and they'll tie it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you probably have to watch out for when the things sprout down below, right?
Yeah.
Cut those guys off.
Yeah, because that's from the rootstock.
Yeah, that's from the Zutano rootstock right there. So basically, again, you have the Zutano rootstock, which is a really vigorous tree for the root system, and then you have the weaker root system, but incredible tree is why we have the top piece. And so you put those together with the incredible root system, with the incredible tree, then you get something remarkable. And we all get guacamole.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah! Woo! Who doesn't like guacamole? All right. Well, thanks, guys, for making so many babies. Look at all the babies they made. Yeah. You guys like making babies?
Yeah.
Is it your favorite thing to do?
Yeah, we play baby making music too out here.
Oh, that's great. What's your favorite baby making music?
Rick James.
Rick James. Nice. All right. I'm going to try that next time I want to make some babies. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, man.